Okay, hi guys, especially again. Um, okay, so I mean, this is the first time I'm trying face YouTube in, and for some reason, despite the fact that I'm camera shy, I was thinking this will be easy, but kind of feels like I'm talking to like a million people, like a million people watching right now, right? But anyway, so before I proceed, I want to thank those that said hi while I was away from YouTube for a while. I was going through personal stuff, so I had to deal with them. And yes, we're back again, right? So let's do a quick play. I mean, before I begin, let's just do something a little bit of digression, right? So I want you to go to your social media accounts right now, whether it's your YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook. Go to your settings. From settings, go to security. For accounts like Twitter, I think it's settings and security together, or security and privacy together, right? And I want you to check your last login location or your last device that was used to log in. If you see anything different from where you've been or from a device you've logged on from, then it's actually a red flag. Like, it's something you should actually disconnect immediately. So what I'm trying to say is, for example, if you stay in Ghana and you are saying like Kentucky, right? That shows that something is wrong somewhere. So try to disconnect from that device, and you can also reset your password and enable MFA. You know, yeah. So, but then that's not what we're going through today. And what I actually go to today is something I've done a little bit of research on. I've taken my time. I think at some point my account got blocked. I had to recover it. So I want you guys to actually listen. You understand? So um yeah, we all know social media. Your social media account is so very important because it represents your identity, right, online. But then there's something that is also as important as um, you know, losing access to one of your accounts. Do you understand? And this is something that it's almost like your. So if you're trying to create any accounts, it's one thing you have to present. Yeah, so it's also something that determines your online presence, right? It's something that you must create when trying to create any social media profile, not even social media, anything online profile, right? I'll give you 2 seconds to guess. If email address came to your mind, then you're correct. Yes, email address. So email address is so important because I mean it's like the backbone of your social media accounts. So now let's get practical. Imagine your phone gets stolen, right? Now, for majority of us, we like to leave our social media. We like to leave it signed in our accounts, like your Gmail, for example. I don't think there's anybody here that has to sign in when you want to check your Gmail. It's there. If it's your Yahoo Mail as well, it's also there. Your Outlook is there. You understand? So it's very easy for such a person to actually have access to your account, like so easy. So I'm going to break this into two scenarios. The scenario one will be when you have a multi-factor authentication, or that will be scenario two, right? The scenario one will be when you don't have a multi-factor authentication. And when I talk about multi-factor authentication, I'm simply saying a two-step authentication. You understand? Having a second source of authentication before you authenticate to your account. Okay, so for scenario one where you don't have the 2FA, I mean, that's so easy. What they need to do is, because they have access to your email address already, they just go to any of your social media and they just, click on forgot password. Once you do that, the only thing to ask you is put in, guess what, your email address. So once you put your email address, of course, it will give you something like you send a link to your email address. All they need to do is go there and click on that link, and what they need, and that would also take them to a platform where they need to reset your password, and you're gone. You've actually lost access to that account. You understand? And it's also funny that for some applications like Instagram, I know Instagram, you can also change the email address. When you try to change the email address, it will not require you to authenticate, right? Because I know this because I did it. You understand? So I mean, when you don't have a two-factor authentication turned on, it's almost like it's you know you have almost 100% chance that it is gone. For the second scenario where you actually have the 2FA enabled, that also doesn't give a guarantee that they can actually access it, because that's like a 50-50 chance, and I'll tell you why, right? So when you have the 2FA enabled, so of course they would click password, they'll click the forgot password, and to reset it. So I mean, the only stumbling block there we have the threat actors is when they try to access your account and they see, and of course when they put in their first password, and it will require them to put the second source of authentication. But guess what? If you second source of authentication was something still linked to your phone, for example a text message or an authenticator, they still have access to your phone. So it's like it's the same thing. They still actually access your phone. You understand? So the only way that might not actually work is if you use secret codes, right? Which I try to recommend very often. I mean, secret codes. You just try to you keep them somewhere that's not accessible to you with your phone, and with that way they can like I mentioned, they can actually access and take over your account. So I mean, when you think about it, it's so crazy that, you begin to look at, oh, is there actually a way to protect my account if my phone gets stolen? And like I said, I did a test with my Instagram account. I tried changing the email address. I was expecting to give me like, oh, okay, if you want to change, put in so thing, but it didn't. So it's so I'm just trying to expose you to the idea of how vulnerable your account are with just your phone getting missing. Now, another thing that's crazy again is that these guys can actually disable, they can actually turn off your multi-factor authentication. That's like the craziest part. They can actually go to your phone and turn it off. Like I know for Instagram, I mean, you could try it, right? Just go and try to turn off your photo authentication. It won't prompt you for, you know, it won't prompt you to try to authenticate again. And I know as of now, I'm making this video April. I don't know of some, the later feature, but as know as of now, that is what it is there. That's how the technology works, right? So it's very funny. I know for Facebook, before you try to, turn off anything, it will ask you to authenticate again, and I think that's a good layer of security, right? And so I mean, this just tell you how crazy this is. How you actually have to be careful. Now you might think of it that, okay, what's actually the way out? The truth is, even if you actually use codes, security codes again, I know for your Instagram, that's for sure that you can go and check the codes, right? So what that means is anyone that actually has access to your phone can also go and they can actually check those codes that you might want to actually use to get access back to your phone, right? So I mean, I know we've talked about the vulnerability, about most of it and everything, but yes, I just want so I mean I had to spend more time on that so you understand why what I was saying next might be important or should be important, and I would recommend that at least you try, right? Because I mean, I cannot tell you not to sign in your email account. You understand? I mean, who does that? Who has to now start authenticating with their phone every time just to check their email? So I mean that's off the book. But I mean, with these steps, I believe you can still mitigate this scenario, this situation. Okay, so
Right.
I mean, I've listed out a lot of vulnerabilities, right? And I'm sure your mind is like, okay, what's actually the way out, right? So a good option might be to remotely purge your application's data and its content, right? But then again, that's still a recovery method. You understand? So I mean, talking of preventive method, I think the only way that might work, I mean, it's not a foolproof method, but you could do something is when you probably hide your applications, right? For the password protect, I know it's not a feature that is readily available on all phones. Some could have it. I know we have third-party applications that that provide this, right? But I know most phones you can actually hide your applications. I know for the iOS you can do it, and some brands on
Android, right? So you can always hide your applications, and once you do that, once anyone has access to your phone, they can actually see application, right? However, the catch to this is that you must always close your applications once you're not using them. Coverage. The recovery method is still the same, right? And it's no news. I'm sure everybody knows that. Okay, once you have issues trying to sign in, you can always it's the trouble signing in option, and it takes you to where it gives options. Or do you think your account has been hacked, or what have you not then now?
Before you can, or before you want to recover your account, it is advisable that you try to have access to your email first. What I'm trying to say is that um if your phone is still with the threat actor or the thief, right, that is in control of your phone, try to get control of your email account by probably changing the password or something, right? Once you're sure you have access to that, because then again, that is what has access to everything. And it's not even your social media account only, because it's what you use for almost anything, right? I mean, is it your learning platform with them? Is it your, like, think of it, are you trying to are you applying for a school, a scholarship, or anything? It's your email account that is there. Now, for some secure websites, now I know they have, they do this secret password thing. Like, they'll ask you that, okay, do you have a secret answer? Like, what's your best bet and everything. I mean, so it's something like that. I know it's almost impossible. So, but I mean, with this website, with this application that is just one way and everything, so easy. So before you try to recover your account, it's just advisable you recover. Make sure you have control of your email first. Make sure that yes, you've changed everything on your email, and you know that yes, this belongs to me. Having said that, I think I would like to end here.